Hello, Health SHEro. Hey, soul family. So I wanted to jump on and talk about this really important topic. This has come up a few times this week, and I'm like, let me do a quick video about this. So if you want to feel better physically, maybe you're getting a lot of like unwanted symptoms, maybe you're getting sick a lot, or maybe you're like, oh, I'm having aches and pains or stomach issues and I have no idea what's happening. Like I'm eating right, or I'm taking what the doctor gave me and I'm still not getting the results that I'm looking for. Or mentally and emotionally, you're just not you feel off, you're not doing well. And again, maybe you go to the your conventional family doctor and maybe they give you a prescription and you're taking it and you're like, it's still not really working. Or maybe you're going to therapy and counseling and you're going that route. And again, you're like, yeah, it feels better when I talk about it, but I'm still not getting the results I'm looking for. Well, here's the reason why. If you want to feel better physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and when I say spiritually, it's like leaning into faith that you know that everything's going to work out for you, that you have hope, that you can see light at the end of the tunnel, all of that. And if you want to feel better in all of those categories, you have to use a holistic perspective, period, full stop, right? We have to use a holistic perspective. If I go to a physical doctor because I'm having unwanted symptoms, pain or discomfort or dis-ease or something's going on and I'm not too sure what it is, if I go to my doctor, I'm usually going with my hands out, because the only thing that the doctor can do is either refer me to another doctor that specializes in that body part or ailment, or they're writing me a prescription. The moment I take that prescription, it might reduce the symptom, the unwanted symptom that I'm dealing with, but it's not dealing with the root cause. But most importantly, if I'm taking medication, medication is toxic. It is poison in the body. And I know that's like, blunt, but it's so true. Like if it's toxic and we're putting it in, it's adding poison to our body. So our body's got to work extra hard to not only cope with the unwanted symptom to try and heal and repair that, but now it's also got to cope with trying to eliminate these toxins that we're now putting into our body. And for us to get sick, with common cold to something more chronic, like an illness or disease in the body, even mental health issues, the only way that can happen is because of two factors, and that is toxicity and deficiency. So toxicity, stress is toxic, medication is toxic. If we're putting, makeup on our body that is filled with, harsh chemicals, then that is, creating toxicity in our body. If we're consuming food sprayed with poison, again, we're increasing our toxic load. If we're putting lotion or, shampoo, conditioner, any of that kind of stuff, that again is toxic, has toxic ingredients, we're adding to our toxic load, increasing our toxicity. If we have scented candles, we're using cleaning products that are loaded with chemicals, we're increasing our toxic load. If we're constantly thinking negative thoughts, we're increasing our toxic load. If we're not learning how to manage our daily stress and we're consistently burning out, we're increasing our toxic load. Never before in history have we been exposed to this many toxins. So it's not our fault, but it's really important to be aware of why things are happening in our body and how is it happening in our body. So I said toxicity and deficiency. Deficiency because we are not absorbing our nutrients. So we're either not getting enough nutrients. We need 10 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. And the serving is the size of our fist. That's a lot. The average person eats 1 to 2 servings of fruits and vegetables a day now because of so much processed food, packaged food. We're just not getting those nutrients. Plus the food, like even the whole foods, when I say whole foods, it's like not packaged straight from the earth, straight from a tree, straight from Mother Nature. And when we, purchase those in the grocery store, a lot of it has been harvested about 2 to 3 weeks too early. So it's missing those key nutrients. It's not soaking up the vitamin, D from the sun or soaking up the minerals from the earth. So it's missing key nutrients. I had heard that if you consumed an orange today compared to an orange from the 1950s, we would have to eat 8 oranges just to make up that same nutritional value that it had back in the 50s. Like, that's insane, man. So you can see how we are deficient. We're not getting enough nutrients into our body. So toxicity and deficiency. So if I'm having brain fog and memory issues and I just can't think clearly, or if I'm suffering from just feeling down, feeling off, feeling angry, frustrated, annoyed, having anxiety, feeling depressed, any of those things. And again, unwanted symptoms, just feeling off, physically, mentally, emotionally, I have to use a holistic perspective. So let's kind of run through some of the things that you can do right away. And actually, you know what? Let me talk about myself, because going through, my stress is definitely elevated, in the last couple of months for sure. And when we store that stress in our body, even though I'm doing my daily practice, it's not enough. So when you're going through a stressful period, you've got to double down on your self-care. You've got to double down. You've got to be doing, double, triple the amount of what you're normally doing. So it does take work, which is, again, counterintuitive, because a lot of times we've been programmed to just go to the doctor, take a pill, and then the problem's going to go away very quickly. And to truly solve what's going on and to get to the root cause and to truly heal from a cellular level, it takes time. It takes time. So you've got to put in the effort. You've got to put in, the time, the effort, the energy, and you will reap the rewards 100%. So elevated stress, I continued with my daily routine and not really upping the ante in all those holistic areas. And I started having major stomach issues like acid reflux. I was burping more, probably too much information. Maybe not going to the washroom as frequently because I'm holding that stress in my stomach, like a lot of people do, right? And I'm holding that stress in my stomach. So I'm having like acid reflux, my stomach, I'm having stomach pain. I was bloated. I felt so full after eating a meal. I was in quite a bit of pain as well. And, my loved ones were like, just go to the hospital, go to the hospital. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I chose not to, because I know what the doctor would have prescribed me, and it would have been antibiotics. When I'm taking antibiotics, it messes up your gut flora, and it takes probably about 6 months to a year to get that back. So I did not want to take that. So I'm like, okay, again, let me like triple, quadruple my self-care routine holistically, and let's see what I can do. So again, I started juicing, drinking, broth, bone broth. I started doubling up on my whole food supplements. I'm increasing my water. I'm taking other, increasing my gut health supplements as well. I was taking, what am I taking here? I'm taking licorice root extracts, digestive enzymes, probiotics. I was doing a castor oil pack on my stomach. So really increasing all of that, increasing my meditation, increasing my visualization, my journaling, mind dumping, having healthy tantrums. So I really up the ante. And within a week, so it's still like all of that, I'm still doing it a week. Here I am probably 2 weeks in, and I've reduced the amount of juice that I'm drinking. I'm still drinking juice. I'm still, doing broth. I'm still taking my supplements and doubling up and increasing my exercise and walking. And so I'm still doing all that. And my stomach pains have gone away, which is incredible, but it's still going to take time. It's not like 2 weeks and then it's done. This is a journey, and I've got to remind myself it's not like a quick fix. It's like, just do it this week, and then, the rest of the time you can not cope with stress and eat like crap and not exercise and expect to feel well. It's just not going to happen. So you've got to do this consistently. So if you're looking to, mentally feel better, you want to, start creating a new mindset, start being aware of your thoughts. We have many thoughts throughout the day, like 60,000 thoughts a day. You cannot control the amount of thoughts that we have, but start to recognize emotionally, how are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling joy? Are you feeling gratitude? Are you feeling a sense of peace? Are you feeling anger, frustration? Just feeling dissatisfied, feeling this sense of desperation, I need this to work out. I need to make this goal happen. I need to do this. Are you feeling guilt or shame or just over everything, this very low vibe energy? So you've got to become the person you want to become or create now. when you are feeling like shit, when you are feeling bad, you've got to do the work then, which is hard because when you're in the low vibe energy, the last thing you want to do is take action. You'd rather just kind of lay in bed and, throw on Netflix and eat like crap, right? But this only is just going to be a snowball effect into feeling, even worse or creating even more issues in your body. So you've got to take action now. So start writing down, start journaling. Who do you want to become? Write down your dreams that you want to do every day. Create a vision board. When you're washing your hair, think about who do you want to become? How, what does your career look like? What do your relationships look like? What does your hobbies look like? What does your life look like? You want to start thinking about those things now. Emotionally, again, a lot of people could just turn to, therapy or conventional therapy. And, that can help a lot of people. I worked in that field for over a decade, and there's so many beautiful souls working there, but it's not enough. It really isn't. It's an outdated model, and you need to use a holistic perspective. And I see people, like, when you start using a holistic perspective, it's like jumping on an express chain to how you want to feel. Like, it's unbelievable how quickly you can turn things around when you use a holistic perspective. So start implementing a daily, morning self-care routine, or more a daily, I say, like, spiritual self-care routine, evening routine. Start managing, recognizing when you're stressed. What are your red flags? Take action immediately when you start to feel super stressed or angry or frustrated, because your anger or frustration is always about you. It's never what's triggering you. So you want to learn to cope with that and to get that energy out in a healthy way. Physically, you've got to be mindful of what you're eating. You've got to avoid as many toxins as possible. Many of our food, and again, this sounds like an excessive word, but I'm going to say it anyways. Like, many of our food has been weaponized. It's been loaded full of chemicals. You see the people wearing full hazmat suits that are spraying the food that we eat. It's not okay. It's not okay. And, all of that messes with our hormones. The top 5 cancers out there are hormone based. Many people are having issues with fertility and so on, mental health and all of that. And a lot of it can come from our food. So we have to be our own Health SHEro when it comes to our whole diet and lifestyle. And you want to start, buying organic, as much as you can, especially the Dirty Dozen list. And of course, growing your own food. We've got 2 tower gardens at home. Highly recommend. That's the best way that you can start controlling what is being, sprayed on your food. Of course, physically exercise, sweating. When you exercise and do something, again, it's not like a huge, it might feel like a chore at first, but do things that make you feel good. If you like dancing, put on music and start dancing, or do Zumba, or go for a walk in nature, or ride your bike. Whatever makes you feel good, do that. Do more of that. You want to sweat minimum half hour a day. A lot of our lifestyle is like sitting down and watching TV or on the computer or on our phones. And we want to be stretching. We want to be doing things that help increase the blood flow and help our lymphatic system detox what it needs to be detoxing. And then, of course, detoxing is really important. This is something that we've got to be mindful of daily. And the best way to detox is taking whole food supplements. Eating more plants is like brushing your gut. Drinking smoothies is like flossing your gut. And then, drinking cold pressed vegetable juice is like going to the dentist for your insides. So really important to use that combination daily. And of course, learn to manage stress as well. So all that will help with detoxifying. And then spiritually, I have a lot of people that are like, okay, well, yeah, I went to my doctor, got frustrated, not got the answers. I didn't get the answers that I was looking for. So I, went to a nutritionist, I went to a naturopath, and it's starting to get a little better, but I'm still not seeing the results that I'm looking for. And that, again, those are all beautiful souls. And that's a great modality to work with. Or even a chiropractor. I threw out my back. Oh gosh, actually throughout the winter, I had back issues. And again, it was because I wasn't moving enough. I was eating inflammatory foods. And I went to see a chiropractor, and he helped oh my God, within the second visit, I was moving around more, and I'm like, yes, but I can't just rely on the chiropractor. I have to do other things at home, like reduce my inflammation, reduce my stress, tune into my body. Why is my body communicating and sending me this pain, at this, specific location? We are energetic beings. the same, energy that we are made up of. If everything on this earth and outer space is made up from the same type of energy, we are energetic beings. So it is really important to tune into that energy, to lean in and to start flexing that muscle, that intuition, because stress is the adult word for fear. And when you start leaning more into your intuition, start trusting yourself more, and knowing that you're receiving this information from source, from God, from the creator, from the universe, whatever word you use, when you're leaning into your intuition, this is going to reduce your stress. This is going to reduce your fear. And now when you're moving forward knowing that you're making the right decision that's for the highest good of you and the highest good of all involved. So this reduces the toxicity in our body, it reduces inflammation in our body, and it can help, take out that stored energy that's in our body and release it in healthy ways. Having healthy tantrums, so you're releasing that energy and you're transmuting it, looking for the spiritual lessons and things, honestly believing that everything that's happening to you is happening for you and not to you. So you're not stuck in this victim mentality. And this is how we manifest. When we're operating at a higher frequency, this is how we feel good. This is how we, mentally, emotionally, physically, this is how we heal what needs to be healed. This is how we manifest with ease and with grace. So if you are feeling off mentally, emotionally, physically, even spiritually, questioning, like, is this my life? Is this what I'm meant to do? Is this what I'm meant to go through, for the majority of my, for the rest of my life? Is this what I'm supposed to, feel like or be like? You've got to stop and you've got to double down using a holistic perspective. And that's why all of my programs use a holistic perspective. I have a holistic detoxing course. I do a readings for people, private readings, but I always give a holistic plan at the end to help them achieve the goals that they're looking for. I've got group coaching that, again, uses a holistic perspective, the modern day spiritual mama program. I also have the Fed Up to Fired Up program. That's a, do it yourself online program. And that uses a 5-step holistic approach to learn to manage stress and avoid burnout. And you're going to be tackling all of those areas as well. So, and of course I offer private coaching as well. So really, really important. If you are feeling off your game mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, you have to use a holistic perspective. The doctor is not enough. The nutritionist is not enough. The, chiropractor is not enough. We have to stop giving away our power to so many people. Use the modalities, learn from them. Again, tune into your intuition, what feels right, and follow your guide with whatever protocol you've been given. But then you've also got to come home and double, triple, quadruple down on the work that you need to do mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. And if you need help with this, if you're ready to jump on that express train to feeling good, to reclaiming your power, for sure, reach out, and I'll put some links below that you can check out. And I would love to help you on your journey. All right, big hug. Thanks for watching. If you feel called to do so, please like this video, share the video, and sending you all loads of love and a big, big hug. All right, bye for now.